Manchester United once again in Old Trafford. This time, the confidence of the players are coming under the management of, hey, Rui van Nistelrooy. This is absolutely incredible. 3 goals to nil against Leicester City. Join us as we take you through the tactical analysis of this game. Manchester United are really dominated in that game in Old Trafford. And if you just join us and you are new, remember to hit the subscription button, like and share the video. Meanwhile, Tottenham lost to Ipswich Town. With me is K and Kofi. If you just join us and you are new, hit the subscription button, like and share the video. Okay, United, what is really happening? This I'm not surprised because Ruud van Nistelrooy's first game as a manager was against Leicester City in the EFL Cup, and he trashed them by 5 goals to 2. So this wasn't a news for me. But then they really did very well. We could see majority of the players coming in, like Bruno, and then they're scoring that fantastic first goal for Manchester United. What do you think the future holds for Manchester United?
Thank you. Thank you for the question. And then first of all, I will say this. I think Manchester United we've been into this sort of position far too long. Each time we change a manager or a coach, the players tend to perform. And after like a couple of months, they revert into their own self. And I think it's about time that board notice this and then try to take care of the problem that we have. I think majority of the problem or the players that we have right now are not good enough to play for Manchester United. Because right now, who is the poster boy for Manchester United? You could say Rashford. And look at Rashford. For the past 2 seasons, he has not been playing good football. And then we normally pin everything on the coach because, like people always say, you are the coach. You are supposed to make the boys work. But then, mind you, coaches, managers, they try to manage tactics. They try to manage formations. They don't teach players how to play football. You already know how to play football. At the highest level, managers at the highest level, they don't teach how to play football. You learn how to play football in the academies. They only manage tactics. That is what they do, formations and tactics. So somebody trying to tell a manager managing in the Premier League to teach a player how to play football, it won't work. If a player is not good at the elite level, they are not good. And the best thing is you should go in for players that are ready to play for the badge. Look, I always say, I think today the result that we got didn't really reflect on the sort of football that United is used to. Look, at some point in time, I got tired of watching United play. It wasn't a good football. It was like the same football that we are used to because nothing was changed except that we find maybe the players were just trying to put in their best to impress the new manager coming in. But then if you look at tactics and everything, it was just like watching United for the past 2 seasons. Nothing has changed. So if we don't try to get the sort of players that can play the system that the manager wants, then I think we are going to be in this position for a very long time.
Be in this position for a very long time. Kofi, this is the Leicester City team that hold Arsenal in the Emirates Sports Stadium for more than first half of the game, and Arsenal couldn't break them. I thought with that performance, they could have, if they had shown that performance in United, maybe they could have had a win over there. But hey, United still win it by 3 goals to 0. Do you think they could still play Premier League next season?
Leicester City.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think Leicester City are going to be saved next season. This guy Jamie Vardy, he's an experienced striker. Who was playing in the Premiership for quite some time now. Won the Premiership with them. They have players like Jordan Ayew, who is also well experienced when it comes to these things, and I think they are going to be safe. And I think they will be safe. They are not going to be relegated, in my opinion. And looking at the kind of football that they play, because if you just see them as a little team, they will destroy your team. Just as you said, they came to the Emirates, they held us up, we scored, they scored, and then it turned into something else. We blew them aside just because it was Emirates. The same thing to United. To me, United has got no tactics, no clue, no formation, nothing. The boys are just turning up because there's a change of coach, there's a change of manager. You understand? They just want to prove something. And just as Kay said, with 2-3 matches, they go back to the default settings. You understand? So for me, United beating Leicester City, whatever, they could have even beaten them 10 or something like that. I wouldn't be surprised because they are just turning up to tell the board of or maybe the team as a whole that the coach was not good enough, which is Erik ten Hag. This is what players always do. And so for me, I'm not surprised. It's got nothing to do with tactics. It got nothing to do with United being good enough. It got nothing to do. It's only about players turning up, when coaches are going to say yes. They had this kind of chances. You saw the goal that Garnacho scored. Well composed, well finished, confidence level high. Had it been Erik ten Hag, he would have stood there and then be trying to, So for United, I don't think it's nothing new. No tactics, just as I said, no clue. I don't think Ruud van Nistelrooy can take them to challenge for the top 4 or 10 like that. But I expect United to come back in the second half of the season to challenge for something, either the top 4 or maybe the Europa level or things like that. With the new coach coming in from Portugal, Amorim, I don't expect him to do so much. You understand? Looking at the kind of players that United are with, I think they are not good enough for the team. I have supported the sacking of coaches for, I think, quite a time now. But I think the players are too feeble. When you talk of a player like Ugarte, when you talk of a player like Garnacho, when you talk, the only world-class player that I see that suits for United or can play United is Bruno Fernandes. He's a quality top player. You understand? So I think it got something to do with their recruitment team. They have to go back, sit down, and accept that we are United and we need players with tempo, players that can sometimes take decisions on their hand and win games. You understand? These are the kind of players that United. I'm not saying they are bad enough. They are not bad enough, but I don't think they are good enough for a team like United. That is one of the best teams in England and had won the title so many times, had won the Champions League. And in trying to come back, I think they have to check their recruitment board, their recruitment processes. They have to come in line with what the coach wants, the kind of players that the coach wants to use, and then get things right. If they keep getting things wrong and go in for this panic buys, I'm sorry, it will be like this and it's going to be a long time. Regardless of who comes in, not even Pep Guardiola can change the team. Not even Arteta, not even Erik ten Hag, or not even Amorim, not even Enzo Chelsea. Not even slots.
No.
So I think United have to go back, check their recruitment team, and plan well to get the players that are strong enough to handle the pressure in the United team. Yeah, this is it. And not to forget something, Tottenham lost. Yeah,
Yeah.
I told you something. I don't know if you people remember me so well. I told you something.
I remember. You said Koglu last season, the way he was doing, he would drop, and this season to
He
the
was
same
leading.
thing.
He was
I,
leading.
I,
He was leading.
yeah,
Do you
last season.
remember?
Yeah,
He was leading
I
with
remember that.
7.8 point. And I told you, new
Uh,
coaches, when they come, they perform, but they will catch him up. This is why you have to prove whether you're a coach or not. You understand? And Tottenham right
It's
now
true.
are singing his name. They want to sack him. And Postecoglou of all people
Yeah,
is,
it's true.
this is
It's
funny.
true.
So Premiership,
Yeah.
and when it comes to new coaches, if you're a coach, that is why I liked what Pochettino did at Chelsea. The moment you come to a club and you encounter that early problems, like things are not going well, you have to fix it. You have to try. You play draws, you lose, you win matches. You put your guns together, and when they gel and they try to compete, it is like
Yeah.
that. But the moment
Yeah.
you come and then you pick it up, be careful. Teams are not watching you. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
true.
So
mm,
yeah,
it's
Tottenham, they
true.
will keep losing.
Okay,
Yeah.
lastly, yeah, I just believe that the sacking of Eric Ten Hag is complemented with the kind of buying they bought for him because I think 80% of the squad are players who are one way or other worked with Eric Ten Hag before, so they thought he could be able to blend them and work for him this season. But it's just like the statistics were still last season was still better than this season.
Yeah, I was even telling Kofi, I think not long ago, about you signing a world-class player, and the next thing you realize that they can't perform anymore. You know, it happens. It happens. Look at Phillips in Manchester City. They bought him to be a backup for Rodri, but unfortunately it did not work. And how many players that they've bought that it did not work? I think Ten Hag wasn't given the amount that he was supposed to be given. And then instead of him to taking his time to buy the sort of quality that can transform the United team, he resorted into buying the players that he has worked with, because those are the players that he himself thought he could trust. But unfortunately, it did not work. And remember, those players were coming from Ajax. And Ajax, the Holland League to Premier League, is a different ball game altogether. That is why I was advocating that they should give the manager the time. They should give him some time to perform. Because look at what is happening to Manchester City. They've lost like who? Rodri. And look at the team. Right now, 4 games, no win. You understand? If it has happened to Arteta or any other coach, he would have been sacked by now.
Go on.
You understand? But because what Pep Guardiola has done for Manchester City, right now they are contemplating. I don't even think that they are contemplating. I think that, yes, right now they are contemplating on the amount that they will give to him to reinforce the team.
Yeah.
You understand? But when it comes to other clubs, it's not like that, because the club is being run as a business entity. They are always after profit. They are always after dividend. So in that doing, it becomes very difficult for the manager to buy this sort of players that they want to buy. And if you buy and it does not work, you have no chance. You have to stick with it. You have to make it work. That was what I was saying, that managers at the elite level, they don't teach how to play good football. They don't teach how to play football. If for some reason you forget how to play football, then that's it. They should move on. They should sell you and then get somebody who will fit into the system that they want to play. You understand? Because a company can hire you today, and if your work output is not good, they can lay you off and hire somebody who can do the work for them. So the same thing is with footballers. You get? So I think that United should for once look at the sort of players that we have, and then maybe try to stick with the manager for some time before they decide to sack them or something of that sort. Look, Arteta, it happens to Arteta. There was a time Arsenal fans was chanting Arteta's sack. But what happened? They gave him the time, and now look at Arsenal. They are performing.
I personally, I think United should have the board of the recruitment team should work with their manager. You understand?
Yeah.
And I think they should get someone in there who knows the culture of the club. You know, like what Arsenal had with Edu Gaspar gone. It's not going to be a little bit problem. You know, it's going to be stagnant. So I think United should get a player there who has seen it all, who knows the spirit and the aura around the team, you know, and help the recruitment team work in hand with the managers. That is the only way they can turn things around. When it comes to Erik ten Hag, he was only hesitating. He was in a rush to turn things around. So he was doing that kind of panic buys. Okay, at this time, I know this player worked for me. Let me bring him in. Maybe he can help me. Let me bring him. Maybe he can. That was the kind of thing that Erik ten Hag was doing, like panic buys. He wanted the results, wanted to turn things around because things were not going on well. And he knew with some few games to go, if he doesn't put results together, it was going to be gone. Even if not gone already, he's gone. I don't know what to say. So he was in a rush. And though his tactics were not working and blah, 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 you know, I'm one of the person that has always bashed him, you know.
Yeah, you advocated for his sack.
I advocated for his sack. But after sitting down, going through the recruitment process of Manchester United and knowing how they were working, I came to realization that it wasn't his fault. He needed time. And I think they need someone in there to work with him to get a kind of the right players that was going to turn things around. Erik ten Hag only got the players that you think played for him because he was thinking at this situation, I know this player better. I know this player better. I know this player. Let them come in. Let them help me out. It didn't go well. And we knew it was never going to go well because Ajax is a different kind of team, different league altogether compared. And just as Kay said, I'm also in support of what he said. You buy a player today, tomorrow he's a nuisance. Excuse my word. You know, player like Anthony was was brought from Ajax with 100 million. Now, if you put a price tag of 10 million, I don't think any team is going to buy him.
Anybody will buy.
You understand? So
those sort of things happens.
Yeah. So I think with the
Yeah.
United, they have to go back with their recruitment
The
to
drawing
get
board.
someone in there. Either Ruud van Nistelrooy, Roy Ferdinand, I don't know who, but they should get someone there who knows the club, who knows the spirit of the club. Even if they will beg, say, Alex Ferguson to come out of retirement to help them.
No, now we have Dan Ashworth. He will do the thing for us.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Because their
Let's-
problem goes beyond the pitch, just like Arsenal were facing times ago. Do you understand what I mean? So now with Edu gone, Ateta is going to face that kind of problems. But what is good for us and Ateta is that the recruitment team that Edu work with is intact. You understand? So Ateta was last time talking like we'll look for someone who is within the board and push him to the rank of that role. And then probably maybe he can help because he knows it. He knows the plan of the team, what they wanted to do. But bringing someone from outside who doesn't know the club, who doesn't know what they want to do and stuff like that is going to mess the whole process up and you have to go and start all over again. This is what United is doing. They always go back to square zero, try to start again. It's not helping the team. So I think they give Amorim a long contract. He stays, he plans his team, he works well, and then with time, they will come good.
Yeah.
With time, they will come good.
With time they will come good. Anthony promised us this season that he will be bringing us a lot of goals, but then we didn't see him up to date. If you just join us and you are new, subscribe and be part of this amazing community. And hey, let's see your opinions about Manchester United. What thing do you think United will do to turn things around within the club? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching and see you
Well,
in the next
Chelsea
video.
going to win the league.
Of course,